Okay, so very good morning to dear all. I hope all of you are well and healthy. So let's continue our today's session, and we are going to start the discussion. Uh, so I'm expecting attention from all of you. Just wait. Okay. So, dear all, we have started a very important topic, that is the multiple access protocol or MAKE protocol. If I am summarizing ki what is the MAKE protocol, so this is the protocol which is providing the guidelines, or which provide the all aspect related to the better execution of the frame or delivery of the information in a local area network or in a channels or all states. We have discussed the things related to the routing and this all. So this was the part of layer 3, but now we are discussing on the data link layer and the physical layer. So there is a important things we call the multiple access resolution. In the continuation of this multiple access resolution, we know we have a three different stages. So first, how randomly channel is going to allocate to for the transmission. So that is the random access protocol. Second, something related to the control access. So uh, uh, in the user end, we have some controls key how we can provide the reservation for the accessment of the channel, how we can generate the pooling methods, how we can generate the token ring passing. So on the basis of control, we are allocating the channel for the accessment of the transmission. So this thing we are going to discuss in the control accessment. And in the last, if we are trying to allocate the channel for the accessment in a multiple services or for the multiple users, so we are directly following the channelization service. So we were talking about the very important concept that we call the random access protocol. So if all the students are comfortable in the random access protocol, so it's a very important concept, because in your general life you have most of the students have hear about this word CSMA, the carrier sense multiple access. So this was the service, or it was coming into the mobile also. You know, one mobile was launched by the Reliance, that was the CSMA CD mobile. One mobile was launched by the CSMA CA mobile. So what is the mean, or what is the sense of this services? So this thing we are going to learn today, or we are going to discuss in this last two lectures. So I have briefly explained the first method, that is the random access. So there is no rule, any station can just start the accessment of the channel in a random way. We are not providing the any allocation, we are not providing the any rights key. This will be start the transmission first, this will be start the transmission second. So in this procedure we have started the things with the aloha. So aloha is a one mechanism for the random access protocol, which was generally used for the wireless network. In the wireless network, when a number of users are connected, so how the number of users are going to access the same channel for the delivery of the frame, for the delivery of the packet on the same time. Sorry guys, delivery of the frame and packets. So that thing we were discussing about two types of aloha. So that was the pure and the slotted. So in the summary of the pure, we know we were just keeping the time in a backup, or we were just using the twice time, and the efficiency was decreasing, because we are allocating the channel, or we are providing the dedication to the channel for a twice time. Suppose one packet is going to transfer, so the time may be take twice. So that was the pure aloha. After that, we have also discussed about the slotted aloha. So in this slotted aloha, we have divided the slotted, and every slot was just for a specific time span. So in that specific time span, how much time they are consuming. So in the slotted aloha, when we have decided the slotted, but we have not created any policy for the startup. So it was like this, or by this image it will be clear. Suppose in the first slot only the station 1 is going to start the transmission, but what is happening when the slotted 1 was busy for the transmission of the station 1, so in the second slot it may be possible both station 2 and 3 is going to start the transmission. So that there will be a possibility of the collision. So we were not talking about the any method of avoidance of the collision, but we know the collision can be happened, but we are trying to follow the procedure for the allocation of the channel. So that thing we have discussed in the pure and slotted Aloha. But now what we are doing there, in the pure Aloha, there was a time, or we are using the backup time, but at this point we are just allocating the slot in a small spam time, so the efficiency will increase. So you have to keep this thing in your mind. The efficiency in the slotted Aloha is a high, and the efficiency in the pure Aloha was low. Why? Because we were giving the time, much time for the transmission. So dear all, I think everyone will be comfortable with this. After this, I was explaining the next point that we call the carrier sense multiple access. So yesterday I was explaining the example of the carrier sense multiple access. So what was the concept, or what is the concept of carrier sense multiple access? So in a same channel, it's an just a sensing of the channel ki whether channel is ideal or channel is busy. So we have discussed about different issues. So some issues was like that ki we are talking about the 4 person A, B, C and D. So A will how B will just identify ki channel is busy or ideal. So it will just identify when the transmission is happening between the A and C. So that time it will feel ki okay, channel is busy. But you can just consider if the transmission is happening between the C and D, so how B will be aware? Okay, it's like that ki when you are playing the main role between the two sender and receiver, that time you will feel ki channel is busy, but you are not involving in any kind of channel. So how you can feel this thing? So there was also a reason for the collision ki when you will start your car from outside of your home, so your outside of your home road was blank. Okay, but when you will just go to your friend's home, and when you will start the journey from your friend's home, so road was busy. So that is the thing of the collision, and that is the things of carrier sense multiple access. So in this carrier sense multiple access, we were just trying to identify the two conditions. So the two condition was the only ideal and busy condition. So I think this till this point everyone will be comfortable what is the carrier sense multiple access. Okay, now in the carrier sense multiple access, now we are trying to find out the detection of the collision, so that we call the CSMACD. So what is the mean of this CSMACD? Just wait. Today I am trying to finish this both the part. So carrier sense multiple access with the collision detection. Okay, so now earlier what was happening? There we were just sensing the channel is busy or ideal, but now we are trying to understand the channel collision is happening, and we are also trying to understand ki how we can avoid the collision also. So let's come on this point, the collision, carrier sense multiple access collision detection. So is it clear? I think everyone will be connected now ki what we are talking and what we are going to discuss today. Yeah, please reply guys. Is it clear till this point? Yeah, Daniel, Noel, Shubham, please reply. Okay, thank you guys. So let's come on the point that we are saying the carrier sense multiple access, the collision detection. So in the collision detection, by this example or by my diagram I was explaining ki suppose A and C, you have to just focus on this point. Okay, just we are not going to much confused. Okay, just wait. Yeah, suppose my point is A. Okay, this is the point, or my sense is uh, my CSMA is going to sense this is the point B. Okay, and this is the point C. Okay, so by this three simple points or three simple stations, I am going to explain this thing. Just wait. Okay, now we are find out the things ki After the sensing, so sensing was only in a 2 point. 1 point is busy the channel, it will just show to the station channel is busy, it will just show the channel is ideal. Okay, now this 3A, B and C are try to initiate the transmission. So first one transmission was started, or already they are talking to each other. Okay, B and C are going to talk to each other, and B have initiated this transmission. So when the channel was ideal, okay, you have to understand what is the mean of the channel was ideal. That means in this 3 point or in this 3 station, there was nothing for the exchange of the information, but the exchange of the information is started by the B was sending some packets, or B was sending some information to C. So when B have just started the CSMA, okay, when B have just started the CSMA, so what was the procedure of the CSMA? That means it will just sense the channel. So when the channel was going to sense, so the channel was in the ideal state at the point of B. So B has initiated the transmission, and transmission is going to happen for a time of 15 minutes. Okay, this both you can just consider this B and C is going to talk for the 15 minutes. Now you know, if we are considering this whole channel or this complete channel from A to C, so this thing should be clear in your mind कि at this point this channel will be busy, or if any new ideal user or any new user is trying to use this part of the channel, so definitely collision will be happen. So what we are doing, when B and C was communicating to each other, and A also want to transfer something to C. Okay, one thing come into the mind of the A ki I have to also start the transmission, or I also want to send something to C. So what will happen? A will just come at the outside of the home, and it will just follow the CSMA. So what A will feel? Please reply me. If the communication was happening between the B and C, and when A also want to start to initiate the communication, so what will happen? A will feel the channel in an ideal condition. Okay, because the channel will not affect it till this point, because the communication is only happening between the channel part of the channel at B and C. So when A will just come in at this point, so A will find the thing ki channel is ideal. So now A is also initiate, and A is also sending some packet for the C. But when packet will come at this point, A have initiate the communication, and all the packets are going to follow till this point. So no collision was happening here. But when a packet will just arrive at the B and B to C, so the collision will be happen here. Okay, now A is continuously sending. A is not comfortable, or A is not getting any information ki what information he was sending, because he was aware my channel is free and the channel is in ideal condition, or he was continuously sending the information. But what is happening, that information is going to collide with the information of B, which was going to send earlier for the 15 minutes. So in the collision detection or collision CSMSCD, collision detection, a message when the C and B will just mix the data, and the data which is coming from the A to B and B to C. So C have a capacity and C have a responsibility, and B have also the responsibility to send a message to A, which data you are sending to C, it's going to collide from the B. So you have to wait for the transmission, because already C is going to transfer the data and channel is busy at this point. So that we call the collision detection method. Is it clear? Are you getting my point? What is happening? That is the collision detection. Like this, when you are trying to travel, you are starting your travel from your home, and you are reaching at one point, and you are not aware that when I will start the travel, so there will be a traffic jam in the next point. So how the people will know those are coming from your home? So they will just know this thing by the collision detection method. So in this part, we call the vulnerable time, or we call the time V. That time V will just use at this point when the signal is coming from B to A for the knowledge of the transmission key collision is happening. So that we call the vulnerable time or V time. Okay, VB time. So if someone is going to ask you what is the vulnerable time, so the vulnerable time is acknowledgement, or the knowledge which is going to receive after the collision. So that we call the collision detection time. So I think this will be clear to everyone. Anyone have any doubt? This CSMA CD, is it clear? Both thing is happening at this point. We are also sensing, we are also following the channel that we call the CSMA, but we are also using one mechanism of the detection. But yeah, Ravi, you can just understand this time V time ki if today you are sending some packet to me, okay, and I will deliver your packet to someone, some another people. But when you are sending your packet to me, so from you to me, the road was open. Okay, so how much time it's taking? That's you are sending the packet to me, that much time will be taken. But when I was trying to send this packet to the another person, so there was collision was happening. So what I will do, it will be my responsibility ki I am informing you ki Ravi, you have to wait when you are sending this packet for that person. So till my point, road is open, but from this point to that point, the road is closed. So what I will do, I will generate a one message for your information ki you have to wait or you have to stop your transmission. So how much time it will take? That time one message was coming from you to me and me to you. So that time we call the vulnerable time, when you will know the collision is happening there, or some collision is going to detect. So that we call the vulnerable time. Okay, is it clear, Ravi? Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, so in this method, we can say we have only a mechanism. One is sensing the channel, second is detecting the collision. But we are not doing anything for avoidance of the collision. Because you know, when the what will happen when Ravi will be aware about the collision, then he will stop the transmission. But he is not doing anything for the avoidance of the collision. So now we are going to discuss on a fourth part, that we call the CSMA CD. After this, we are going to discuss on a CSMA CA, collision avoidance. So at this point, first we have sense the channel, then we have detect the, now we are going to discuss on the collision avoidance method. So this vulnerable time will be play the important role in the avoidance of the collision. So let's discuss what is the collision avoidance. Okay, just wait. Okay, so by this note, it will be clear to everyone, or I will explain this after this. In the CSMACA, if the station find the channel busy, okay, it does not restart the timer of the contention window, or it stop the timer and restart when the channel become ideal. Okay, so what is happening in the collision avoidance? So please understand this thing, how this collision avoidance is going to work. So same example I am trying to explain. What was happening? A, B, and C. Okay, so when collision was going to detect between B and C, and the communication was happening between B and C for 15 minutes. Okay, sorry guys. You know, we have started the transmission between B and C for the 15 minutes. So you should aware ki for the 15 minutes this channel is going to busy. Okay. Now after 2 minutes we have also started the transmission from A, because A was finding the channel is ideal. So A have initiated the transmission. Now what is happening? From A, after two seconds, for the 15 minutes this transmission was happening. After 2 minutes A have initiated the transmission. So the 2 minutes out of 15, please understand, okay, out of 15, 2 is already minus, okay, so 13, because after 2 minutes A have initiated the transmission. Now from this to B, 3 minutes are also going to use for the delivery of this channel, for the delivery of this message. So how much time is going to take by the A to B transmission, or when the packet will reach from B, it will be take 5 minutes. Okay, now you know how much timer is going to remain for the use of B and C. So B and C will also use this for the 10 minutes, because 5 minutes is already gone. After 2 minutes he started the initiate, and 3 minutes it's going to take. Now when A is going to receive a response, so A will also use the 3 minutes that we call the vulnerable time, or I think all of you will be comfortable with this time. So what is this time? This time is that time when A is getting the information ki you have to stop your transmission. So in the next three second will also take by the vulnerable message which will come from B to A. So how much time will be used? It's 8 seconds. Okay, now 8 seconds is already happened out of the 15 second. So the restart time will come after the 15. Okay, please understand, after the 15 minus 8, it will be 7. Yes. So after this 7, a restart timer will start for the A. Are you getting my point? How this 7 value is come? And this is going to say, or this is going to describe by the collision avoidance. In the CSMA, if the station finds the channel is busy, that means this condition. If channel is busy, now it does not restart the timer of the congestion window. That means it will not start the transmission of the A. It stop the timer and restart when the channel will become the ideal. So after this 7 or after this 7 second, the channel will become the ideal and the transmission will start. So that is the way to avoid the collision. So anyone have any doubt regarding this calculation of the 7? Then you can ask me how this 7 will come. So I think the vulnerable time will be clear also, and the things will be clear also, ki how the collision avoidance is happening. Yes guys, please ask me if this 7 is not clear to anyone. Okay, for the real life example, I am going to explain with a real life example, okay, how this 7 is coming. Okay, just wait. We are considering 3 persons from your class. This is the Vishal sir, okay, 1 station. This is Shubham. This is Nol. Okay, this 3 person, please understand ki what is happening. Now, you know, Shubham have started or initiated in the morning. Shubham come to the college and he visit my cabin and he was finding ki I am ideal. Okay, or I am not talking about anyone, or I am free. So Shubham have started the conversation with me, or you know, Shubham is going to Shubham is going to talk with me for the 20 minutes. This point is clear to everyone. What is happening? Shubham visit to the institute and he find Vishal sir is free and he started the communication for the 20 minutes. Now, Nol also come to the college and he not come to my college, but he started the transmission or he started the message. So what is happening? Nol have also started the transmission or have started the sending of the message. So Nol was sending this message. So messages come to me after 5 minutes. Okay, you can just consider after 3 minutes. Or Nol have started this transmission after this initiative 20 minutes to later 2 minutes. Are you getting my point? Nol have also started the transmission of its information after 2 minutes and its information is reaching to me after 3 minutes. So how much time is going to take? It's 5 seconds. That means when Nol's message, when I was receiving the Nol's message, so 5 seconds have already gone. Okay, so what is happening? This 5 seconds have already gone, and then I was replying to Nol, ki Nol, you have to wait because I am going to talk with the Shubham, or I am going to talk with the Shubham for the next 20 minutes. So when Nol was sending this message, so this was the time 3 seconds. So the same 3 seconds will be taken by when I will send the message or I will send the acknowledgement to the Nol. So how much time will be taken now? 3 seconds more. Okay, so the total delay or the total timer will be start of the Nol. Nol will understand ki okay, sir was saying after 20 minutes sir will be free, but already 8 seconds I have spent in this to acknowledge this. So what timer will be set by the Nol? Because the 20 minutes was the time. Sir was saying sir is busy for the 20 minutes, but now Nol know already 8 minutes has gone. Okay, so now Nol will set a 12 minutes timer. Ki after 12 minutes, Vishal sir will be free and I can start my talk. So this is the time, or this is the restart timer of the Nol, and this is the vulnerable time of the Nol, and this is the calculation of the vulnerable time. So is it clear? After 12 minutes, Nol is going to start its communication. So what we are doing, we just getting the acknowledgement by the collision detection. You receive first what we did in the communication, we just started the CSMA. So Shubham was the lucky one who is going to find out me as an ideal. Okay, so Shubham was comfortable with the CSMA. Now the collision detection is going to happen because Nol have received the collision detection. Ki sir is busy with the Shubham. Both thing has happened already. Nol have feel this thing and the Shubham have also feel this thing. But I am an intelligent person and I was trying to follow the things by the carrier sense multiple access collision avoidance. Okay, so next time it should not like that ki Nol is coming multiple times to me. Ki sir, are you free? Are you free? Because Nol know sir will free after the 12 minutes. So I have to start. So that we call the collision avoidance. So this is the method we call the collision avoidance. So is it clear to everyone? Yeah, Nol. Yeah, Ravi, is it clear? How will you know the exact it will take the time? Ravi, it's depend on the utilization of the channel. Okay, suppose you are uploading 1 GB movie or you are going to access a channel for the 1 GB movie, then you will be aware ki how much data you are going to send. Okay, suppose you are sending a file of the 100 MB, then you know you will system will calculate the 100 MB file will be going to transfer with the 100 Mbps speed, then it will take a 1 second. Okay, so you will understand that that thing we have already discussed, or you will understand, you will feel this thing. I will explain or I will show you this thing somewhere. Okay, so don't worry this thing, but the concept is always happening, or this is the mechanism. Is it clear, Ravi? You know, in a single local area network, thousand of nodes are going to use, but the thousand of nodes are going to avoid the collision. Yeah, Ravi, uh, it's an approx. Okay, it will not like that key 20 second is going to take by the Shubham, for it was just an example. Now Shubham can just finish his talk in 18 minutes. Okay, or Shubham can take the time of 21 minutes, but the collision will be avoided when you will receive or you will start the things. Is it clear? Yeah, it will not
Yes, yes,
happen. The
sir. We
channel
try
will be
to
slow.
understand.
Channel can be fast. Channel can, yeah. I will explain this thing with the example also. Key how the timers and all things are going to happen. When you will go into the any simulation of the network, so that time you will find the ideal time. Okay, so that time is going to calculate by every packets and these things. This concept is clear to everyone. Yeah, how collision is going to detect, how collision is going to avoid. Okay, collision is going to detect by the vulnerable time when a reply will come for the busy channel, and the avoidance, we are just starting or we are just giving the time to the start of the collision, so that we call the start window. Okay, so you can just understand this thing. So this all thing I was explaining by this flow diagram. Okay, so this is the flow diagram of the collision avoid detection. So I was trying to explain the collision detection in a best easy way. Okay, after that I have also. So in the CSMA CA, the first IFS can be also be used to define the priority of the station or the frame. Now this thing will happen. So this is the way for the accessment of the channel. Is it clear? So this is the way of the collision avoidance. So till this point we are going to end this thing related to the random access protocol. In the random access protocol, we have discussed about the Aloha, we have discussed about the carrier sense multiple access, we have discussed about the carrier sense multiple access collision detection and collision avoidance also. Okay, so I will request to everyone, you have to know this topic. Those who are going to prepare for the examination or government sector exams and all the competitive type of exam, so they have to spend much time on this in the book also. So it was my concept and I was just explaining the concept, but when you will spend your time and you will understand the book, so a number of examples are there and the numericals are also there. We have not much time, so in the future when or in the revision when we will get the time, that time I will also explain these things with the numerical also. Okay. Okay, so guys, let's come on the next point. So after the discussion of the first method, that was the random access, just wait, that was the protocol we are saying, the random access protocol. Just okay, by this diagram, we have completed all the protocol related to the random access protocol. Now we are going to understand the next method, controlled access protocol. Here we are allocating the channel by the random way, but now we have implemented some things related to the control access protocol also. So in the control access protocol, we have implemented some mechanism that we call the reservation mechanism, pooling mechanism, and token ring passing mechanism. So let's understand the control mechanism. What is the control mechanism or control access protocol? So it's an easy protocol, control access protocol, because all things are in control of the user, okay, or the network admin. So let's discuss the control access protocol. In the control access, the station consults one another to find which station has the right to send. A station cannot send unless it has been authorized by the station. We discuss three polar control access methods. So what we are saying now, all the station, those are going to play the role or play the accessment of the channel in the communication. They will decide or they will authorize a channel for the transmission. If any channel is going to authorize by a specific method, then other person or other channel will not involve in the transmission of the information. So that we call the control access or control accessment of the channel. Sorry guys. Yeah, so by this control accessment, what is happening, the station consult to each other, and they just assign the rights to send the to use the channel. That means what, suppose four students are trying to talk with me, so they 4 person will just talk to each other and they will decide who is going to talk first. Okay, you have to just consider this example. If 4 students want to talk with me and they have conditions, so 4 students are coming to the market, come into morning 10 o'clock, and they were entering in my cabin, and 4 was trying to talk with me. So what is happening, the collision will be happen when 4 will enter into my cabin and they are trying to exchange their information. So what we are doing, we are following the three methods or three controlled access methods. So first control access method is reservation, second we are saying the pooling, and third we are saying the token ring. So let's understand the reservation. Okay, so what is happening, the reservation method, in the reservation method, this 4 person have decided every person is going to talk for a specific 10 minutes only. Are you getting my point? This 4 person have decided every person is going to take a time for the discussion with Vishal sir for 10 minutes. So we have reserved, or we have just started the transmission. So now every person is coming by one, and he is going to take the time of 10 minutes. So that we call the reservation. Are you getting my point? Now you can just understand data of the station 1, data of the station 2, data of the station 3. Everyone is going to take a time of 10 minutes. So we have prepared a reservation chart. In the reservation chart, first person is going to talk for the 10 minutes. Second person is going to talk for the 10 minutes. Third person is going to talk for the 10 minutes. Now 4 person is going to talk. Now if first person have finished its talk into the 5 minutes, so this time will be used by the next person. Okay, so it's like a round robin, or it's like a reservation process. So you know you are reserve, or you are maintaining the things in the way of mutual execution. So that we call the reservation method. Now next, pooling method. Okay, so select and pool function in the pooling access method. Suppose by this example you can just understand. This is the Vishal sir, which is the primary person. Now what is happening? Vishal sir have started a request for sending the information. Now I am going to talk. I was asking with my person how many people are outside from the cabin. So he was saying two person are outside from your cabin. Okay, so I have just started the pooling. Now in the pooling, if someone is giving the acknowledgement positive, then we are getting the reply. So you know how the pool will reply in the fast, who is nearby me, so the acknowledgement will come fast, and who is far from me, so the acknowledgement will take time. So what we are following the pooling, when we are allocating the channel in the way of the primary, so we are sending the channel is ideal condition. Now who is going to use the channel, they can just send the acknowledgement in a positive acknowledgement or in a negative acknowledgement. It's like that. In the I came to your class and I was asking how many persons want to meet me. Okay, so suppose first person was just in a sitting of first bench, so he was saying, sir, I want to meet you. The second person was sitting in the second bench, he is saying, sir, I am not interested to meet you. And the last person who is sitting in the last sitting, so it's going to reply in the last, or he was also replying the positive, sir, I want to talk with you. So that is the pool when we are trying to use, or we are trying to allocate the channel in this way. So reservation is just like a general reservation when we are allocating the channel to every station for a specific time. So that is the reservation. Pooling, when we are asking with the stations, ki, are you interested to use the channel? So how they will reply? Who will be the near? He will reply the first, and who is the far? He will reply later. Now last, we are saying the token ring. So this is the token ring method. Suppose these 4 members are the part of the channel. So first we are starting a token. How many people are interested to use the channel? So token is going to accept by the A. When token is going to pass to the 2, so 2 is replying for the token, he is not interested to use, then the token is going to pass to the 3. So now what is happening? A token is going to create, and the first transmission will start by the 1, and 2 is not interested for the transmission, so the token will pass to the 3. Are you getting my point? Anyone have any doubt regarding this 3 control method? One is allocation from the user or mutual understanding of the student, that we call the reservation. Second, when as a channel allocator, I am going to ask for the reply of the reply from the station. So if they are giving the positive acknowledgement, if they are giving the negative acknowledgement, so this will be the pooling method. And in the token ring, in the morning I have started a token. So I know 4 persons are in my ring, or 4 persons are going to talk with me. So I was giving the number 1, 2, 3, 4. So who is going to receive? So first is going to receive. After that, second is not interested to receive the token. Third is going to receive the token. So now what is happening? First will start the talk. After that, third will start the talk. That means the token number of the first is first, and the token number of third is second. So that we call the token arrangement. So this 3 method will be clear to everyone. Anyone have any doubt regarding the pooling, reservation, and the last we call the token ring? So you can ask me. This is the way of the channel allocations, and in some points we were using the random access, or in most of the things, or most of the time we are also using the mechanism that we call the control access mechanism. So you will understand in the advanced computer network when I will explain the things related to the token ring and all. But you can also spend your time onto the token ring. You can also spend your time onto the pooling, how the pooling is happening. Yes, guys. So please reply. I'm going to summarize what we have discussed today within 2 minutes. So just wait. Yes. So dear all, today we have in the last few lecture we have completed the Aloha and CSMA. So today I was explaining the CSMA CD. It was the method to detect the collision by the vulnerable time. And the second we have discussed the CSMA collision avoidance. When the collision is going to detect, so on the basis of that vulnerable time, we are going to authorization for the avoidance and the timer for the execution window, or we were setting the timer. So I have explained how the timer is going to set, and how the transmission or retransmission of the information will be start. So that we call the collision avoidance. After this collision avoidance, I have also explained the second type of method that we call the controlled access. So in the controlled access, the control will be in the all stations. This all stations will decide how we have to use the channel. So in this way, we have discussed the 3 methods. First method was the reservation. So this will decide the reservation way for a specific time this channel is going to use. Sorry, this station is going to use, this station is going to use. So that is the reservation. Second, we have discussed on the pooling. So they will play the things like a pool. Channel is ideal. One message will be broadcast, and the reply will come from all the stations. So it will come on the negative acknowledgement, positive acknowledgement. So the mean of the negative acknowledgement is that ki any station is not interested to use the channel, and the positive acknowledgement is that any station is interested to use the channel. So this pooling will just start on the basis of the distance. You will receive the acknowledgement, and on the basis of that acknowledgement you will allocate the channel. In the last, we are going to follow the logical ring and the physical topology by the passing of the token. So we are just giving the token how many members are involved in the communication. So those who are comfortable with the token, they are going to access the channel. So this was the method. In the last, we are going to discuss the channelization. So I will explain it tomorrow. Okay, so till this point, if anyone have any doubt, then you can ask me. I will provide the slide also, and I will also upload my slide also. But you know, this slide have a better diagram, better examples, so you will understand this thing. Or this all material is from the main book that we call the Data Communication and the Networking, 4th edition, Forozen. Okay, so I will request to everyone, I have already uploaded this book. You can also spend time in the Forozen. So dear all, this point we are going to end our session. If anyone have any doubt, then you can ask me. Yeah, no, I think this control method is clear. Ravi, Sunny, Shubham.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So thank you very much, guys. Yeah.